Before our next story tonight, let me ask you a question. What is the biggest responsibility of the air travel industry? Is it to steer clear of unnecessary risk, to avoid uncertain threats, and this includes war zones? Over the past 4 years, the proportion of the world grappling with warfare has grown. By how much? 65%. Conflicts have soared in hotspots like Ukraine, West Asia, and Central Africa. And there has been a 65% rise in war zones. That's about double the size of India. With this, the number of no-fly zones have increased as well, and everyone from passengers to airlines are paying the price for it. Here's a report.
Over the weekend, the U.S. struck nuclear sites in Iran. So on Monday, Iran launched a barrage of missiles at a U.S. base in Qatar. Then this happened next. About 24 flights diverted from their route between Dubai and Doha, which is one of the world's busiest hubs. Qantas was forced to divert 2 flights mid-air. Air India suspended all flights to Eastern North America and Europe, and hundreds of flights were canceled altogether. After all, the damage of warring strikes is not limited to the battlefield. It can reverberate across the world. And this is exactly what is happening with air travel. This is what global air traffic looks like right now. You can easily tell where the war zones are. Since the war in Ukraine started in 2022, there has been a surge in conflicts the world over. And since 2021, the proportion of the world braving conflicts has increased by 65%. That's nearly double the size of India. Some conflict hotspots are new, while others are persistent. From Myanmar and West Asia to Ukraine and Central Africa. As the number of war zones have increased, so have the no-fly zones. Safe airspace has narrowed down. So many flights have been forced to divert around conflict zones. For instance, since the war between Iran and Israel began, international flights have largely avoided a chunk of West Asia, especially over Iran, Iraq, Syria, Israel, and some areas in Jordan. Meanwhile, some flights have been forced to cancel certain routes altogether. For instance, most Western airlines have been banned from flying over Russia. So last year, British Airways and Virgin Atlantic shut their direct flights between London and Beijing. After all, commercial airlines don't have another option. As conflicts spread, pilots find themselves sharing airspace with drones and missiles. Like last year, when an Azerbaijan Airlines flight crashed in Kazakhstan, and dozens of people died. That plane was accidentally shot down by Russian air defenses. And there is another worrying trend in the art of modern warfare: GPS spoofing. Every plane uses GPS signals to navigate. Spoofing uses radio transmitters to override the signals and send false location to pilots. This is mostly done to confuse incoming drones and missiles in conflict areas. It is especially prevalent near Israel, Lebanon, and Egypt, as well as the Black Sea and Western Russia. But commercial flights can also fall victim to it. Last year, there was a 500% increase in spoofing. This affected about 1,500 flights per day. So flights are being forced to reroute. And this is a massive burden for both passengers and airlines. Air travelers are frequently met with delays, scheduling changes, and cancellations, while airlines are flying longer routes. This extends flight times and pushes up costs. For instance, flights between the Finnish capital Helsinki and Japan's Tokyo now take about 3.5 hours longer than before the war in Ukraine began. And of course, this is hurting the environment, because longer routes mean more fuel consumption and carbon emissions. So while conflicts are expanding, usable airspace is shrinking. And this has left many passengers wondering if this is the worst time to fly.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
$36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka-charge mo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.